I'm Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about a huge turnaround. Well, if you're going through a difficult point in your life and you're really struggling at this point in time, make no mistake, that won't last forever. And the harder you work on yourself and improving your situation, the better off you're going to be in the long run. And so even if you are depressed, anxious, you're completely uncertain how things are going to go, if you're still trying to get back with an ex and you're waiting for them to reach out and you just feel like that day is never going to come, listen, how things are today are not going to be the same in a month or a few months or 6 months from now. And you have the power to turn things around. It doesn't always guarantee getting an ex back. And sometimes that's for the best. Because if you don't get an ex back, that simply means there are going to be a lot of other opportunities that come your way. And some of those may be way better than the situation that you had before, and you just don't even see it yet. But believe me, I get turnarounds with you guys every day. And sometimes I just can't keep up with sharing the success stories. I try to get as many out there as I can. And as a matter of fact, for this video, there was another one that I had in mind, but I couldn't find it in my email. So I have two good ones today. And the first one was based on a video I did last week where it was called When Trust is Broken. And so after I had done the video, actually, this was in response to my email coaching. He hadn't even seen the video when he replied to me, but he was so excited by the email coaching response. This is what he said. He said, "Oh my God, I thought I was right all this time, and I was wrong." And then he had two little emojis like, "What?" "I watched your video about acting like two different people, and I was so amazed. I was pointed at the phone and was like, oh my God, that's her, oh my God. I called her that evening, and after reading what you wrote, I told her that I was sorry, and I empathized her feeling instead of defending what I had done, and I told her I wouldn't even trust you if you would have done that to me. She was shocked and amazed, and thanked me and accepted my apology, which she has never, did I say never, done before." He put that in bold and capitalized. "I told her I don't want to put a label on our relationship. I just want to focus on regaining your trust and want to see you more often." She agreed. At the end of our conversation, I told her I loved her, which she replied, "I love you too." Hell yeah. Thanks, man. Alright, so that's great to hear that things are already turning around for him, but he's got a long way to go, because this guy had, and if you go back and watch the video, and it was called When Trust is Broken, go back and watch that one. You'll see he had repeatedly hurt his partner by not being transparent, by looking like he may be doing things wrong, and it just kept hurting her over and over and over again. But he's on the right path. He really didn't stick to the plan as well as I'd liked him to, but it sounded like he had a little leeway there for making some mistakes. But good to hear that things are on the right track for him, and I hope that he continues personal growth. Guys, I cannot stress enough the importance of personal growth, because some of you guys just come to the channel looking for how to get your ex back. And of course, I'm going to give the best strategies on how to do that. But if you really are looking to better your life, continue to focus on personal growth. That should always be a part of your development. And now that I think about it, somebody asked me about this recently. I am working on the workbook, and hopefully that'll be done soon. I'm going to try this initial workbook and see how it goes. It'll probably be based on like 30 videos. You watch certain videos and then you'll be able to answer questions in the workbook. It's to help you think and retain information and just grow. And so we'll see how that goes, and maybe I'll do more of them in the future if you guys really enjoy it. So I'm working on that now. It's a lot of work, but that's really what I want to help you guys with. And Margaret, of course, we're always focused on educating you, teaching you about mental health. You guys come to the channel on how to get your ex back, and then I'm like trying to give you your medicine, saying, look, mental health is critical for a relationship. Your mental health and your partner's mental health. And if you're struggling in that area with major issues of anxiety or depression, and you've got unresolved issues and trauma, all of those things are going to have a huge impact on your ability to be present with your partner, attentive, give them the love that they need, give them the kind of affection that they want, give them the space that they need, you being able to communicate with them and tell them what you need. A relationship is like a living entity, and you both have to constantly keep it alive. And if you don't, it's going to die. It takes two people constantly working towards it. And so sometimes you might find yourself in a situation where you're doing all the work. It's not going to work. It just can't work with one person trying to force it. And I understand that in all the strategies that I implement. And sometimes if you guys deviate or do different things, it's not really going to get you effective results, because it takes two people to make this work. And if both of you aren't really committed on trying to get it to go and grow, it's just going to keep falling apart. And one of you is just going to keep picking up a mess over and over again and be resentful and not say it and start lashing out, doing things maybe to manipulate the other person. It's just not going to go well. So please always focus on mental health and making it a part of your life. And hopefully I can be a part of that for you, whether you do coaching with me and Margaret or you just want to watch the videos. That's great. Either is great. As long as you're continuing to work on yourself and make those improvements every day, you know, every week, every month, year after year, your life will be so much better and your relationships will flourish. If not, you'll see that you'll struggle and you'll come back to the channel 6 months later saying, where did I go wrong? And I hate when that happens. And believe me, it happens a lot more than you would think. I have a second email from somebody that did have a success story. And they said, hello Craig, I just wanted to send a success email to say how grateful I am to you and to Margaret to be from where I was to where I am now. I went through a tough breakup, and after all the classic mistakes and listening to poor advice, found your channel on YouTube. Subsequently, 2 email coachings, and following your advice, I found a local therapist, and with all the work I did prior and during, she was happy to let me end the sessions after 3 because of all the additional work I had been doing, and the underlying trauma had healed. The therapist, 35 years experienced, and we're not talking about Margaret here, asked to see what you wrote. After initially being skeptical when you say it's advice from the internet, and I showed her the response, her response was, he gets it. After all the mistakes, my ex did reach out 5 months after the breakup with the classic indirect direct approach. And subsequently, after a conversation, she's still not healed or ready. And so I'm out dating again. That is awesome because you did the work. And sometimes you'll find that you will grow tremendously. You will learn things about yourself that you had no idea existed. You'll figure out your attachment style. You'll figure out how to communicate better, where you went wrong, how anxiety or depression had been affecting your life, or mental health, or your relationship with your parents. You start learning all these things, and you feel like a new person. And one of the highest compliments I get from you guys is, I am in a position where if I had the choice of getting my ex back or being who I am now, I would much rather be who I am now. And that, to me, is such a high compliment that just by all the stuff you've learned on my channel, you feel so much better about yourself that you'd rather be in that place than even having that person back. And believe me, when I hear that from you guys, it just makes me feel incredibly proud, and Margaret too. We really are. So, this is great. I mean, the ex reached out, he saw she wasn't ready, and he said, you know what? This isn't good for me. I'm going to go out and date other people. Alright, so he's got some more here. Amazing to see who's attracted to you when you're in a good place. And the quality of woman now in my life, as I write this, I have 2 emotionally healthy, happy, and high quality women who I am spending my time with. And this is such a huge turnaround that is all from 2 email conversations with you. My relationships with my family and friends have massively improved, and helping friends with any issues and getting them onto your channel. I know from experience at the beginning of a breakup, nothing makes sense, and you can't possibly imagine being in such a better place afterwards. Talk to Craig, do the work, and either they will come back into your life or you will date new people. I still watch the videos and work hard every day, and listen to Celebrate Your Independence and Better After a Breakup prior to dates. That's nice. Makes me smile every time I hear it. Eternal gratitude, Craig. Well, that was such a great success story, and he had the ex reach out. He decided that was not the healthiest position for him, at least right now. The ex wasn't healthy, and he's looking for somebody that's healthy, and now he's dating 2 women, taking things slow, getting to know them. That's exactly what you should do. You shouldn't rush to be exclusive with somebody until you see that you think this is really going to be a good partner. And it takes time to figure that out. You know, there's no reason to rush into a relationship. And you shouldn't, because if you have a high value on yourself, you're going to make somebody show you that you are worth it. And you want to see that they're worth your time. See, if you give your value away, it makes you look like you have little value, right? Like if you go out with somebody 2 dates and you're trying to lock them down into a relationship, what does that say about you? It says that you're so desperate for anyone that comes along that you'll try and lock them down. And it comes across as needy, and it's very unattractive, right? Like you want to be someone that everybody's like, man, I would love to be with that person, right? You're not going to let somebody just come along, you know, 2 or 3 dates, you're telling them they love you or you love them, right? If that happens, that's not healthy, right? Because you don't really know each other. Take your time in getting to know somebody. Make sure that they can do the ups and downs of life, you know? What happens if they have job stress? What happens if you get sick? Are they going to be able to be there for you? Are they going to be faithful? If you guys are fighting over something, you can't agree upon something, how is that going to be? You want to see all those things and make sure that you got somebody that's fairly emotionally stable, right? And when you've done lots of work on yourself like this guy did, and like I encourage you to do, when you go out and you meet people, it's going to seem so much more effortless and easy. You'll be able to conversate with them better and talk to them and get to know them, you'll be able to look for those red flags and say, okay, is this person going to be a good partner? Or am I just going to wind up having my heart broken? Because you really don't want to go through that, right? Nobody wants to go through a breakup. And anytime you're dating, you're risking heartbreak. So continue personal growth, whatever happens, what happens with your ex, and you will find yourself in a much better position in life, and you'll continue to grow and help your friends and help your family and hopefully improve all your relationships with them and your romantic relationships too. So if you want to get my help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching, I do Skype coaching, and if you got to get with me right away, I do offer emergency Skype coaching. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.
Hi, I'm Coach Margaret, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist with 35 years experience. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. If you would like professional help with your situation, please contact us at askcraig.net.